Welcome back. Today we are looking at the everything you will love about Meike 75mm T21 Super 35 Prime Manual Focus Cinema. Sit down, take a notebook, and listen closely. When you first stepped into my studio holding that shiny new red Komodo 6K, your eyes were wide with ambition. You talked about global shutters, raw codecs, and high dynamic range. Check the video description for the updated price link. But remember what I told you on day one? A cinema camera is only as good as the glass placed inches front of its sensor. Too many young filmmakers blow their entire budget on the camera body, strapping cheap, plastic photography lenses to a heavy-duty cinema rig, expecting magic. Magic doesn't come from compromise, it comes from intentional engineering. That is why today, we are looking at a piece of equipment that is going to fundamentally change how you approach mid-telephoto framing, the Meike 75mm T21 Super 35 Prime Manual Focus Cinema Lens for EF mount. If you want to elevate your storytelling, separate your subjects from chaotic backgrounds, and capture organic skin tones that look expensive right out of the camera, this is a tool you need. Inches your kit. Let's break down why this lens deserves a permanent spot. Inches your Pelican case. When you are learning the ropes of professional cinematography, you quickly realize that cinema glass is traditionally prohibitively expensive. True cinema lenses feature heavy-duty metal housings, standardized gear pitches, declicked apertures, and minimal focus breathing qualities that normally command thousands of dollars per focal length. Meike disrupted this market by building true cine lenses that punch way above their weight class. The Meike 75mm T21 Super 35 Prime is specifically designed to match the sensor size of the red Komodo 6K, Canon C200, C300 II, and BMP-CC 6K Pro. On a Super 35 sensor, a 75mm focal length gives you a tight standard to short telephoto field of view. It is the ultimate portrait, interview, and narrative drama focal length. It forces you to compose with purpose, compressing perspective just enough to give your frames that polished, high-end commercial aesthetic. As your mentor, I always preach functionality over flashy marketing buzzwords. Let's look at what the Meike 75mm T2.1 actually offers you when you're on a fast-paced indie set. True cinema build quality. The lens barrel is constructed entirely of aluminum alloy. It feels cold, rugged, and dense. Inches the hand. It doesn't flex, creak, or wobble. When you mount it on your red Komodo, it becomes a cohesive, unified system. Industry standard 0.8 mod gears. Both the focus and aperture rings feature standard 0.8 pitch gears. This means your follow focus motor or manual follow focus whip will engage seamlessly without slipping or grinding. You won't have to waste time adjusting your rig between lens swaps. Wide T2.1 maximum aperture, low light performance, and shallow depth of field are critical for modern narrative work. At T2.1, you get gorgeous subject isolation that melts distracting backgrounds into creamy, painterly bokeh while retaining crisp sharpness on the eyes. Long focus throw with a 270-degree rotation angle. The focus ring allows for hyper-accurate, repeatable pull focus marks. If you are working with a first AC assistant camera, they will thank you for the generous breathing room between close focus and infinity. Consistent family look. Meike designed their entire Super 35 Cine Prime lineup with matching gear positions and color science. When you eventually add their 25mm, 35mm, and 50mm lenses, swapping lenses on a matte box setup takes seconds because you won't need to reposition your motors. Let's talk about real-world performance. You bought the red Komodo because you demand high-resolution details, massive dynamic range, and a compact footprint. Slapping the Meike 75mm T2.1 onto your Komodo unlocks an incredible synergy. Because the Komodo sensor is Super 35, you utilize the sweet spot of this lens image circle, eliminating edge softness and corner vignetting. Check the link. Inches the description to get yours today.